Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going well. Today, I wanted to talk a bit more about narcissist parents, and how they hide themselves in society, and how this allows the cycle to keep going. And truthfully, the way to put a big dent in this problem is for it to be admitted for what it is on a mass scale. Or at least for more channels like this to get more popular and to gain more traction. You see, yesterday, I did a video about an interview I watched. It was what appeared to be a 3-minute clip of a full interview I can't find, where a young Japanese man talked about being raised by what appeared to be a narcissist or other type of toxic disordered mother. But this young man didn't seem to know the hows and the whys. He seemed sad and broken all at a young age. And I just wanted to reach through the screen and pat him on the back. And let him know, there are people that care. And that what happened to him happened to many of us. Some less physical. Some more physical. And that's the thing. Don't get caught up in what you think yours is on the scale of things. Don't try to measure it out. It's all bad. My narcissist mother was careful to not be physical. She was a mental and psychological genius at manipulation and emotional mistreatment. That said, she left the physical mistreatment of myself up to my brother, where she could walk away with her hands clean, and claim to have nothing to do with what happened to me. That said, my mother, like this mother years later, would claim to have no knowledge of certain events. No memory of all the bad things that took place in our home. Which I wanted to tell this young Japanese man that this is called gaslighting. You see, the reason why I was so helpless in my home, much like you were helpless in yours, is society tells you to never speak bad about your parents. Never. Unless society deems it okay. Now here's an example. There's a so-called mother in the news, where her children are missing and no one knows where they are at. Now, because she is in handcuffs and in a jail cell, society has deemed it okay to call her a terrible parent. But how much you want to bet she used the fact, like most narcissists, that you do not dare speak up against her because she is a parent? And how much you want to bet her son and daughter possibly knew of that pressure to not speak out? Here's the thing. In the court system and in society at large, no one has come out and said, we have a huge problem. And that is people using the fact that simply because they have a son or daughter and outwardly appear to have it all together, that they should be praised and no bad word should ever be spoken against them. Especially from their own son or daughters. And what this does, is it leaves narcissists unchallenged, and able to do the horrible things they like to do, to gain narcissistic supply, and to scramble the minds and lives of their sons and daughters. This is why I urge you to subscribe to your favorite channel. Share the work that you like over and over and over again. Because the more you see these channels start to gain steam with 100 and 200 and 300,000 subscribers, some eyes will start to open. Because what it's got to take is for young men and women like this young guy in the interview I watched to speak out even more than they are. Because the fact is, the young guy in the video I watched, he looked completely and utterly lost. Imagine if he was able to find himself. If he was able to understand what really happened to him. And he was able to speak about all of the horrible things that happened to him and to put a name to the problem. Narcissistic abuse. Then it would take off in India, South America and other areas in Asia, and throughout the Western world. People, the simple fact of the matter is, Narcissists hide in plain sight. They hide in plain sight. Because society says you are a horrible person to speak out against your parent. Unless society shows them in handcuffs with a story we can all read. Again. Think about that mother that has missing kids. Is it possible that while under her care, that maybe these kids felt like they couldn't speak out? Because they felt like they wouldn't be believed? I don't know. I'm just asking the question here. Because that's what the narcissist does. They make you feel that no one will believe you. We heard that in the news recently where tapes came out of a famous actress telling a famous actor basically no one would believe him. Narcissists want you to know, either directly or indirectly, that no one will believe a word you say. And in this case, it's society that has this notion that all parents must be protected from bad words from their kids. Well, I have news. In most cases, if you have a parent that loves their kids from day one, and shows it and works with them, and helps them along their journey to become decent adults, there's a high chance that these kids will probably be singing the praises of their parent or parents. Not the other way around. You see, there was a YouTuber who used to talk about narcissism. I haven't seen a video from her in a while. And her stepfather was a narcissist, or according to her, possibly a sociopath. And I remember her talking about how this stepfather of hers would spark arguments to get her fired up. And he would call the police on her. Which seems to be not only a MO for narcissists in general but also narcissist parents. Yes. Narcissist parents will attempt to have their kids locked up. But I remember her saying that the police basically called her ungrateful because she had a television in her room and nice things. And this is what the narcissist knows. Most people that are called in as a third party are going to take a quick look at things and think, wow, they have it made. What an ungrateful punk. They are just probably raising heck because they aren't getting their way to do this or do that. Not realizing or caring. These arguments are sparked by the narcissist parent to gain narcissistic supply from the drama that is going on. And this is something you don't hear people talk openly about. Such as when they talk about toxic families on the daytime doctor shows, where they talk to family members about the messed up nature of their home life. Yes. I've heard them talk briefly about narcissism a few times. But they rarely if ever go into the heart of the matter. And that is narcissists. Which includes narcissist parents. They will lie and create conflict and drama and make their sons and daughters' lives a living nightmare all so they can get that charge called narcissistic supply. They pose as good parents and use society's social norms that you better not speak out against your parents to their advantage to do the horrible things they do. And the more we talk about this, the harder it will be for narcissists to do this mess in the future. Think about it. We were all in the same boat. No one to care. And no one to believe us. This is the thing that makes me righteously angry. Yes. You are supposed to love your mother and father. And I can tell you this. Though my mother did all that she did, I feel sorry for her. And have forgiven her. Which has helped me live a better life for myself. And I know my mother did all she did because it was done to her and she became addicted to narcissistic supply early on in her life. Now, was she wrong? And was what she did life-changing and horrible to the 10th degree? Yes. But I can still say, I love my mother. I'm just sorry she didn't have the ability to love me. I know what it's like to love. And sorry she never knew what loving someone felt like because of her addiction to narcissistic supply. I make no excuses for my mother's behavior. My golden child brother's life is a mess as a result. But through all of that I loved my mother. Now what if the courts would have granted joint custody so my brother and I spent equal time with my mother and father? What if I was given a forum to speak openly about what was going on in both homes over a period of time? So someone could look at what was happening and help myself and my brother. And who knows? My mother could have hid it even from them. But if this information is or was out there, it's possible I could have told someone that would have believed me and at least could have given me some good life advice. Someone that could have told me, push forward, James. And don't try to help your mother as she can't be helped. You know, I've seen some narcissistic abuse channels get up there in terms of views. And I applaud them. But it still feels like there is something missing. It seems that those that have the voice that comes rough from the gut, where you get the little details of how horrible this mistreatment is, these are the channels that don't get the most shine per se. Though we are moving up to almost 40,000 subscribers as of this video. So that's pretty good. But imagine a video like this getting 1 million views. Imagine how many people would watch and listen to this video and think back. And think, my God, he is talking about how I grew up. And maybe someone that has a car channel, or a video game channel, or a makeup channel, they might take a moment to speak to this problem in their life, bringing even more awareness to this problem. Because the thing is, narcissists are just that smart. And without awareness they will continue to hide in plain sight. They will continue to repeat the cycle over and over and over again, without uttering a sorry to their kids. And taking their last breath, leaving their kids in a dysfunctional mess. And no, not everyone's life can be helped. But if I had a video like this, a long time ago, telling me what happened to me, so I had answers, it would be like a huge weight lifted off of my back. It would have made me feel like, oh okay, that's what happened. And guess what, I can push forward now. Because most people this happens to, they stay stuck. They stay stuck trying to fix the narcissist. They stay stuck trying to get answers from the narcissist. And the narcissist uses this to their advantage to keep their son or daughter trapped in this cycle so they can always get narcissistic supply from them. All the while their son or daughter never ever gets a real answer. Nor any type of closure. Because as we now know, there's never any closure to be had with the narcissist. None. It doesn't exist. They will never give it to you. So stop chasing it. But having this material available will, I bet, would have sons and daughters all over the world walking away from their narcissist parents in droves. And as mentioned in the comment section, there are some cultures out there more so than others that really push that the parents can do no wrong, which leaves their sons and daughters stuck. I think you will find even these young adults would finally get it, and they would move to other parts of the earth if need be to get as far away from their narcissist parents as they can. Because they will finally come to the conclusion, their narcissist parents will remain and who they are until they take their last breath. And living around them and dealing with them will just bring down your own life, and ruin chances you might have at a great and fully functional life. So what do? We keep talking about it. We keep talking about it. And I thank all of you that shared your experiences from the different cultural backgrounds that you are from. And I think the more this is talked about, the more it's going to open up some doors where people that are in such families can get free from such individuals, to the point where they will never look back and live a fruitful life. Because remember, the narcissist doesn't want that for you. The narcissist wants you to be miserable even if you are outwardly successful. They want you to be in pain and to have an awful life. Because at the end of the day, they can't stand themselves. And they have to project all of the horrible ways they feel onto you. It's that sick and it's that simple. Well, that's all I have for now. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to be a part of this channel's success and growth. Share this channel with those that don't speak English. And translate it if you can. This information in your language with those that you think will need it. Simply put, get this message out there so it will grow and grow and grow. Also, if you would like to support even further, you can do so by the way of Patreon. And to those supporting by the way of Patreon, I humbly say thank you. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.